Keir Starmer faces revolt from Rayner, Labour leadership in jeopardy. In the hushed halls of Westminster, where whispers can topple empires, a storm was brewing within the Labour Party. The air was thick with tension as Keir Starmer, the party's leader, faced an unexpected uprising from his once loyal deputy, Rayner. This clash not only threatened his leadership but also the very future of the party itself, leaving supporters and critics alike on the edge of their seats. It all began during a routine meeting in a dimly lit conference room. Starmer, known for his methodical approach and sharp intellect, had been presenting his vision for the party's future. However, as he spoke about policies that seemed to drift further from the party's roots, Rayner's expression darkened. The once harmonious camaraderie felt like a distant memory, replaced by an undercurrent of dissatisfaction. "Keir," she interrupted, her voice steady but charged with emotion, "we need to reconnect with our grassroots. Our supporters are losing faith." The room fell silent, every eye locked on the two leaders. Starmer's brow furrowed, he had anticipated this challenge but had hoped for a more subtle confrontation. This bold move by Rayner was not just a plea, it was a declaration of war. And as the meeting concluded, a palpable tension lingered in the air. The question loomed, would Starmer rise to the occasion, or would this rebellion mark the beginning of the end for his leadership? Days turned into weeks, and the rift widened. The media caught wind of the discord, and headlines blared like alarm bells, Starmer's leadership under siege. Rayner's challenge, a new hope or a fatal blow. Social media buzzed with speculation, and party members found themselves torn between loyalty and the desire for change. Behind closed doors, whispers grew louder. Some members began to rally behind Rayner, seeing her as a beacon of hope amid the uncertainty. Others remained steadfast in their support for Starmer, believing his steady hand was essential in navigating the treacherous political waters. The stakes were high, the next party conference promised to be a battleground for ideologies and ambitions. As the conference approached, both leaders prepared for a showdown. Starmer, armed with a strategy to reaffirm his commitment to progressive values, crafted a speech filled with promises of reinvigoration and unity. Meanwhile, Rayner, fueled by grassroots support, planned to unveil a bold manifesto that echoed the voices of the party's base. The day of the conference arrived, and the atmosphere crackled with anticipation. Supporters gathered, banners waving, the tension almost tangible. As Starmer took to the stage, the room erupted in applause, but a few scattered boos hinted at the undercurrents of dissent. Would his words resonate, or would they fall flat against Rayner's growing influence? Starmer began, his voice steady but strained, outlining his vision for the party's future. The crowd listened, but as he spoke of compromise and moderation, a wave of unease washed over the audience. The applause was lukewarm, and murmurs of discontent rippled through the crowd. As he concluded, the atmosphere shifted, and the moment Rayner took the stage felt electric. Rayner's entrance was met with thunderous applause, a stark contrast to Starmer's reception. She exuded confidence, her passion palpable as she spoke directly to the concerns of the party's base. "We cannot forget who we are," she declared, her voice echoing through the hall. "We must fight for every worker, every family that feels abandoned. This is not just about leadership, it's about our values." The audience erupted in cheers, a clear signal that the tide was turning. Starmer watched, a mixture of admiration and dread on his face, knowing that the narrative had shifted. Would this moment galvanize Rayner's supporters into action, or could he still salvage his position? As the conference drew to a close, it became evident that a fracture had developed within the party. Tensions boiled over during the Q&A session, where members openly challenged Starmer, questioning his decisions and calling for a leadership contest. The room buzzed with uncertainty. Would he step down, or would he fight back? In the days that followed, the fallout continued. Starmer faced mounting pressure from both sides, with calls for unity growing louder even as factions threatened to splinter the party. As the horizon darkened, the ultimate question remained, who would emerge victorious from this political battlefield? This saga left viewers and supporters alike craving more insight into the Labour Party's future. The dramatic clash between two powerful figures had illuminated the fragile state of leadership and loyalty. As whispers of a potential leadership contest circulated, the nation was left pondering, what will happen next in this high-stakes game of political chess? With the Labour Party on the brink of transformation, one thing was clear, the battle for its soul had only just begun. As the clock ticks towards the next pivotal moment, audiences will be watching closely, eager to see which leader will rise and which will fall in this riveting political drama. Stay tuned, for the saga is far from over.